Good afternoon, friends. This is me, Sachin Anthony, host of Science Fiction Studios, here with my friend Perrie. She is the original singer-songwriter from Perth, Australia, and she has featured in horror film, which will come in 2023 and be nominated for Best Video Award in 2023. So let's welcome Perrie for today's musical talk.
Hi.
So the first most common question which I would like to ask you again, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I have had a very chill day, laying on the couch watching TV. I've got my raspberry drink with me. And I've also been working on promoting my song because it got released today.
Yeah, congratulations for your recent single which released today, Underdog. It's really nice. I loved it. It has a special
Thank
message, to be
you.
honest. So I would
Thank
like to
you.
ask you my first question. So you have been brought up in Australia the whole childhood. So would you like to share your favorite childhood moments?
I would have to say my favorite childhood moments in Australia would always have to be Christmas because of the warm weather and getting to swim in the pool. But yeah, I've had a lot of very classic Aussie things happen. My brother's been bitten by redback spiders about 2 times now. Yeah, which is quite funny. And yeah, I would say definitely just like spending quality time with the family, the super hot summers, getting to go down to the beach, watching the sunset, because here in WA we get to see the actual sunset instead of just the colours in the sky. And yeah.
Wow, that's really most amazing moments you had in your childhood. I miss my childhood, to be honest. Being in college, it's really a stressful way to be in college.
Yeah.
So, since you have shared your favorite moment, I have a question. The most important moment, a deciding moment which ignited you to choose music as a career. Would you like to share about it?
Well, it was actually when I first sung my first solo on stage. So I was taking part of a big ensemble choir with the schools, and I got the last line of a fight song by Rachel Platten, and I sung that last line, and I just knew from there, since there was so many people in the audience, from that moment I was like, this is what I want to do. I loved the thrill of it, the feeling, and yeah,
I
it
understand.
gave me such a rush, and I knew I wanted to do it for the rest of my life.
How was the presence there in front of all so many people?
I think I was about 11, maybe 10 when I did
Wow, that's so young. I'm surprised.
it.
So, do you have any favorite person or like an idol to you so that you started doing the music career?
My idol growing up was always Taylor Swift. I really appreciate her
Wow.
music. It's really shaped me into who I am today. I love all of her classics, her 1995 album, all of that sort of stuff. It's all wonderful. I love it. But at the moment, I'd have to say I'm really listening to Tate McRae. I love her music. I love her songs, the messages, and they're all so different from each other. And I love listening to them in the car, because you can be listening to one song and listen to a different song, and you can think you're listening to a completely different style of music, which is great.
Yeah. I should say that this shouldn't be a coincidence, but I do love Taylor Swift. She is my second favorite artist in my life, and my first favorite artist is Selena Gomez. So my inspiration was Selena
I
Gomez.
Yeah, I do like Selena Gomez. She's very good.
So I would like to ask another question. Your first release in 2017, Step by Step, which was starting on Tiger FM89.9 and Banks Radio. That was the first time in the radio. How do you feel about it?
That song I don't think was on radio because it was very young, but I think that was my song Surely You're Thinking Of. That's the first proper song I did. And that feeling was incredible, hearing my song on radio, because I just I had never really pictured my music going all that far, and to hear that it had like gotten on radio was just such a big achievement, and it kind of just reminds me that I am moving forward
Uh, Indeed, it is your biggest achievement.
in my
A
music.
song coming in your radio, that feel, that
Forward.
goosebumps, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And your one more song, My Way Out of the Dark, the second most favorite song in Spotify, my favorite song. It has a unique message where the music is so beautiful. Can you say, is there a story behind that song?
That song's. I remember writing it about a friend who I know I don't necessarily hang out with 24/7, but just knowing that they're always there and that if you're ever in that dark place and you feel like. I remember sitting at home writing that on the piano and showing it to my parents, and it was just one of those songs where you were like, this has something special. And I feel like that was the first song where I really
Deep. That's it's the number one song in
realized
Watch Country Music Radio.
there's so much more to my songwriting that I'm able to do. Yes, it was, which was super exciting. I remember seeing that, and my whole family, we just got so excited. I was at my grandma's, so they also got really excited. It was great.
Wow, that is very nice. I mean, number one song, and you're so young, so talented. It's really cool.
It's super
Uh,
exciting for sure.
and I would also like to congratulate for you winning Easy Listening with Hand in Hand and Pop Youth with Surely from Fair Play Red Carpet Awards. How do you feel for the first time you're going in a red carpet and receiving an award in front of all the audiences?
Oh, that's super exciting. I wish I could have been in Holland to go to the actual awards, but just to know that my music has gotten that far across the world is just such a brilliant feeling. And it feels really surreal to me because Perth is such an isolated little city. It's just you don't realize how easily people can listen to your music and find your music, and it's definitely an incredible feeling. And it inspires me in the sense of knowing that so many people are able to listen to it.
Well, let that message keep on inspiring to you because we need more music.
Thank you.
So, did you meet any important person, like famous person in the Red Carpet Awards?
I didn't get to go, unfortunately, because of COVID and flights and all that, which was really, really annoying, but it's okay. But I remember getting to talk to some wonderful people on Messenger and in the whole preparation to it, all of the people on Facebook and that, they were all lovely, and it was such a great environment and such a great community to be a part of.
So, you are also feeling excited about your song Surely and Not Gonna Wait, which has been nominated as the Song of the Year. How do you feel about that?
That was super exciting. I remember I got to go to the awards ceremony. That was fun because the awards ceremony was in Perth, so I got to go to that. I got to dress up. It was such a nice little setup with the stage. And there were so many people I knew. And in Perth, we have like a little small community that I know of songwriters. We all use like the same producer and we all know each other because we all go to schools that are quite close. And we all just hung out together. We got to catch up. It's such an honor just to be nominated for something like that. So it was such a great experience, and I'm so grateful for that experience and getting to share it with some of my friends.
So, I would like to ask you a question. So, you're featured in so many songs, you've got so many awards. How does your friends feel in your school?
They're quite supportive. I am thankful because I don't get any hate for my songs, which I'm very grateful for because I do know a lot of people can get it hard when they're doing music and trying to get out there. But I am grateful. I do find I don't get all that much support from from people at school, but that's to be expected. But I do get lots of support from my actual school. They'll put it in the newsletter. They recently entered me in an awards festival called Yo Fest, and it was an awards throughout the whole of Western Australia, throughout all the schools, and my song "We're Gonna Be Alright" actually won first place for Yo Fest, which is super exciting. And I've actually started messaging some people who won the awards, so it's great. I've been getting to know them, and I'm finding it's people who are in the same industry as you who are the most supportive. But yeah, no, I'm grateful. My school is very good at helping me get performance opportunities.
That's really good to hear about your school. And I would like to ask, you have done so many songs and it has charted number one and you have been nominated. Which is a song which is the most favorite for you?
My favorite song would have to be the one that's just come out, Underdog. It's my favorite song to sing. I love singing it in the belting range. I love performing it. It's got such a nice message, nice attitude that I can use while I'm singing it. And I find I don't get that nervous when I'm singing it on stage. Um, but I also just recorded a new song yesterday in the studio, and I find whenever I record a new song, it's always my new favorite song. So I have a new favorite song. It's called Unpaid Therapist. We just recorded the demo track yesterday in the studio, and it's going to be going on the next album. So I'm super excited about that song too.
That's so cool that you have another song coming very soon after releasing the new song Underdog.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So, as I was talking about your music, I would like to know more about your song which you released today, Underdog. When I listen to it, it has a unique message. What's the story behind it?
So my story for writing it is very funny. You would not guess it. So it's actually about two spiders. I was in the shower and there were two spiders, just like chilling on the shower curtain. One was a white tip spider, which is quite poisonous. It's like there's a redback, and then you step down from a redback. White tips poison is not good. And then there was a black house spider, which is not poisonous at all. So I saw that like it looked as if the white tip spider was the one that didn't survive. So the white tip spider was dead and the black house spider was alive. So I was like, oh, the black house spider must have won the battle. Because spiders do battle like that. And I was like, don't underestimate the power of the black house spider. And it turned into don't underestimate the power. And yeah, I just ended up writing a whole song from there. So really the song's about two spiders battling it out.
You just got it by looking at the spiders. That's really
Yeah.
funny story, but the first time I'm hearing, to be honest. Two spiders fighting and you just wrote a song about it. That's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I guess you're not afraid of insects like the spiders.
I'm nah. Unless the spider's like charging at me, wanting to attack me. Nah, I'm not scared of spiders.
Because I'm really afraid of spiders and insects. I have kind of a phobia thing, which I do not like
Oh
insects.
no. Well, I hope you're not scared of the song now.
I'm not scared about the song because song will not picture me spiders, but it pictures me the message which you have shared in the underdog. But it's really nice when I hear the background story of this underground. Just now I'm impressed that you just wrote a song, a funny story about two spiders. Wow, that's really cool.
Thank you.
So I know that there will be no spoilers ahead for your new movie which is coming in 2023, an horror film. So can I just know like how was working with the cast members? Did you feel working in that horror movie?
Of course. So, it was so much fun. I did not expect to get the role at all. What it was is I got sent through the audition information for the movie, and I saw it and it was a horror movie, and I was like, there's no way, because I'm not a horror movie person at all. But then I read the script and I was like, oh, you know what? It looks okay because it doesn't look like I'm the bad guy in the movie. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. I'll audition. I got on a Zoom meeting with the director. I auditioned, and then I ended up getting called back for to meet the other cast members, and then I got confirmed that I got the role. So I was pretty lucky that I did choose to audition because I almost wasn't going to. So it was lucky that I did because I ended up getting the role. And it was such an incredible experience getting to work on a set for 4 weeks and really just like build on a character. The cast were amazing. There was only four of us. There was three main cast and then a fourth who was playing the mother in the movie. and they're practically like my sisters now. They live in Bustleton, which is quite far from Joondalup, so I message them sometimes. I snap some of them. And yeah, it was lots of fun. It was a very small cast and crew, so the crew was also very small, and we all just became like a little family. We'd go on little outings after filming. Because we were doing it in Fremantle here in Australia, so there was nice little restaurants that we'd go to, and we'd all have food, get dumplings. But yeah, the film is. I'm actually allowed to give a bit of spoilers. So the film is about three sisters who live in an isolated house, and their mother has just passed away. But the eldest refuses to tell the other sisters that the mother passed away. I'm playing the youngest in the film, which is the only person to survive. That is kind of a massive spoiler, so probably just exposed a lot there, but it's fine. I hope, but it's fine. Yeah, so then what happens is some people die, and yeah, you'll have to watch the rest of the movie to find out the rest.
I think that's the synopsis. I mean, you just told a whole movie, I guess so.
Pretty much, but you'll find out how they die. That's the main thing.
Okay, I'll just wait for that movie. I'm just crossed for it. So, about the role which you played as a younger sister, how do you feel like you got the younger sister? How do you feel since you're not an horror person and for the first time playing the younger sister role? How do you feel like? How did you got that spirit of playing the role of the younger sister in the movie?
I actually found it pretty easy because the youngest was like the innocent one who played with the snails, who was mostly like the one who got the blame put on them because they weren't liked as much. But I found it wasn't too hard because the youngest had such a caring nature, and I like to think I have a caring nature, so I kind of just used that innocence that I feel I have, and I just portrayed that in my character.
So, what is this new movie is known as? The title of this new movie.
So it was originally going to be called Orphan, but we are currently looking for a new name because there's already a horror movie called Orphan, and that movie is coming out with a sequel, I'm pretty sure. So I think the movie should be called The Youngest because that's the best character in the movie. But
since you're playing the youngest character, so that's why you want the title named as The Youngest, I guess so.
Yes. No, I don't mind what the movie is called. I hope it's a good name. I can't wait to find out the name, actually.
So when do you think this new movie will be premiering in whole world?
Probably sometime next year. I'm not 100% sure when, but I already know what I'm going to wear for the premiere, so.
So do you think will there be a sequel for this new movie?
Based on the way it ends, there could very much possibly be a sequel, but luckily for my character, my character could do the sequel, but none of the other characters could. So I would very much like a sequel. I'm sure we could involve the other characters in it, but since my character's the only survivor, there's not much for the other characters to go. But you never know, there could be a sequel. I could explain what I think the sequel could be, but that would expose the actual movie. But yeah, there could be. I'll try and convince the director.
So would you like to share the funniest moment in the set?
Oh my gosh, there were heaps of funny moments. That I need to remember. This moment's kind of a funny moment, but weird, silly moment. We actually got robbed while we were on set. So we were all just filming. I was chilling in my room, just listening to music, and someone walked in and stole a bag. But the thing is, next to the bag was a dead corpse wearing a beanie and smoking a cigarette. It was a prop just sitting there, and it was a dead corpse. So we're a little confused as to why you would have walked into a house with a dead corpse in it. But yeah, she picked up the bag. She went outside, and Blake, who worked on the movie, he came out and he thought he saw someone in the back, so he ran out and everyone ran out after him, and she got away, but she had obviously chucked the bag in the bushes, so we got the bag back. But the cops found her later and we had to go down to the police station. So my mom, I went because my mom was going, because my mom got a photo of who did it. The director and the gaffer, which was Blake, so we all had to go down to the police station. And I will admit, it was kind of scary, but it was a good bonding experience for us all. But yeah, it was quite funny, the fact that she was robbing a house with a dead corpse in it. I found that quite funny.
So,
And we got all our stuff back. No one was harmed.
okay, I think that's the weird funniest moment I heard, I guess so. So, while filming your role, did you feel the nervousness and how was the stress behind working that role? How much effort did you put?
I put a lot of effort. I definitely had to do some brutal things as well. Like, I had to roll around in the cold, wet dirt in the middle of winter. So it was quite cold. And then I had to get up. I washed myself off with like baby wipes in the car, and I went to dance because we had preparations for troop at dance. But yeah, it was definitely hard. I found I didn't get too nervous. I think for me, the biggest struggle was finding my accent. I did have a bit of accent training before doing it, but I really just winged that because I find I'm getting better at doing accents now, but I do struggle a bit with accents. So I've been working on my standard American now. Not that we did that in the film, but because it's an important one to have. And yeah, so I found that my biggest struggle. That's always where I would feel a bit self-conscious with my accent because I wasn't sure if it was right. And a few times I did ask the director, I was like, how's my accent? And he said, worst case scenario, you can always come back and dub it. So it wasn't too bad. And I found it was pretty good. And on a whole, I didn't get too nervous.
It's good to know that the accent training which you did, it worked out. It's so good that you got the American accent back in the movie. So I'm just excited that you have just told me the synopsis of the horror movie. You just told how much effort and the struggle you had while playing this character and the funniest moment. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that what is this movie really about. And I know there is no spoilers for this, but I'm sure that it's going to be awesome movie which will be released in 2023.
I will make sure it's very clear on my Instagram where it's out.
So, beside music and the film which you have done right now, is there anything you would like to do? Like, if you have a free time, leisure time, what will you do?
I love dancing. I dance a lot. Sorry, I need to grab a charger. My dance family is definitely, they're all my favorites. Sorry, I'm grabbing a charger. They are my favorite people. I love my dance family. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I dance a lot. I dance almost every day of the week, besides from Fridays and Sundays. And yeah, I just love it. It's definitely my getaway from music and singing and all that. I relax, I dance with my friends, I get to catch up with them all, and yeah, so I love dancing.
So I've seen your post in Facebook and Instagram that you love dancing as a ballet dancer. So will you like to talk about your ballet dancing?
Yeah, I recently just had my ballet exam, which is where we get assessed based on what we learnt throughout the year. And ballet dancing is definitely a fundamental for all styles, so it's very important that you do ballet. I will admit sometimes ballet's a bit boring, but on a whole, I love ballet. I can really appreciate people when I watch them do very difficult ballet moves. And I would say ballet is probably one of my strongest styles in dance. I have found I've definitely grown a lot over the past few years, over the past year in my ballet, because I recently moved to dance schools, and I have found my dancing on a whole has just improved so much more.
That's so nice that you have a tight schedule. You have singing, you have dancing, and you have movie right now. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, um, I think that's the questions I have right now. I mean, this is really a great interviewing with you, Billy. It's so good to know about your singing, so good to know about your dancing and your role in film. It's so nice to hear about it. So, do you have any message to the fans and the audience in the world about your music, dancing, and filming career?
Well, as most of you know, my song Underdog has just been released today, so I would love it if you could go and listen to that. And that is the final song to my album. So my entire album will be released soon. It'll be available for purchase, and yeah, I'm super excited to get that out there. And I'm going to be starting to write my second album. And I really couldn't do it without the support of everyone listening to my music. So I really do thank everyone for that.
That's so cool that the second album is going to come out very soon, I guess. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for that also. And there
Yes.
is too many surprises for next year, I guess. Too many surprises. You have a new album coming out next year and a new movie which I have to see next year.
Yep.
So, so what do you do actually? Like, do you go to school? Or I mean, you have a tight schedule: singing, acting, and dancing. How about your school career?
Yeah, I go to school part time. So I go to school 3 days a week, and then I'm doing a TAFE course 2 days a week at Matrix Pro Academy of the Arts. I study musical theatre, so I'm doing my certificate for a musical theatre, which I also love musical theatre, so I'd love to be a musician and then do maybe like a Broadway show on the side, like. But yeah, I've found it's really helped with my vocals, developing my voice, and it's just lots of fun to do.
Okay, Bailey, thank you so much for joining this musical interview. This is the first musical interview, the first episode for my podcast. I thank you so much for joining this musical interview. Thank you, Bailey, so much for joining this.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had heaps
And,
of fun.
and I hope we keep in touch always. It's really nice to meet you. I hope we be friends in autism in future. Like, we'll keep in
Yes,
touch.
definitely. We'll keep in touch. Thank you so much for
Okay.
having me. I've had a great time.
Yeah, I should thank you for coming and in accepting the invitation for this musical talk because I don't get so much of people to come and interview themselves because they say that I have a tight schedule, I have to go here and there. But you made your time and came here to do a musical talk. It was really fun. It was a great pleasure to meet you. So I would like to thank
It
you
was a
again
pleasure to
for
meet you too.
coming and accepting this invitation for musical talk. I hope we'll meet again in future. So thank you so much,
Of
Billy.
course. Thank you.
And I hope
See
you
ya.
have, yeah, see you. I hope you have fun of the day. So, bye.
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 Thank
Have
you.
fun.